excited. First of all, I figured out how to change the orientation on the stream. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm also super excited to be here with you all today for Money Monday. So y'all come on in. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about, I'm going to tell y'all my cruising story, but we're going to talk about money and travel. That's what we're going to do on Mondays. I asked a while ago, my subscribers said yes, they would like to do Money Monday. So every Monday we're going to talk about travel and money and where the two worlds meet. And y'all, the two worlds do meet. In case you don't know who I am, oh, I'm looking in the wrong way. I'm supposed to be looking over here. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Kim, and this channel is Kim After 50. On this channel, we talk about travel, primarily cruising, but travel. We also talk about what it is taking for me to start my life over after having just recently turned 50, just recently gotten a divorce, trying to lose weight, doing all the things to start my new fabulous life after turning 50. If you're watching the replay of this, hey girl, hey, go ahead and drop me a comment so that I know that you're here. If you're on here with me now, please drop a comment. I don't see any comments. I'm assuming they're going to come on the bottom of the screen just like they did when the live was in the other direction, the vertical live. Do I need to open up another device so that I can look for comments? Let me see. Because I'm not seeing comments anywhere, and I want to make sure I don't miss. Oh, there he is. Hey, girl. Hey. All right, Natasha, thank you so much. I am super excited. I had to go into my YouTube settings to be able to turn the phone horizontally for when I was live, but I'm happy to do it because they say that cuts down on trolls. So we shall see. I am going to announce the winner tonight of the tote bag that I got in Nassau, Bahamas. So I'm excited about that too. I'm just excited to be here with y'all. Everything is good, y'all. Everything is good. So I'm having a great Monday, Miss Amy. Thank you so much. I hope you are as well. Do me a favor, thumbs up the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hey, Candace. I think I have to look at the green light, just like I do when I'm recording videos. So y'all gonna have to remind me of that if I start looking in the wrong direction and start watching myself instead of looking at the camera. As a matter of fact, if y'all could do me a favor right now and tell me if I'm looking right, like am I making good eye contact with you in this video, let me know because I'm looking at the camera and not me. So I think I have to do it the same way I do it when I'm recording my video. Just let me know because I just don't want to be on here looking crazy. But yeah, so today we're going to announce the winner of the gorgeous tote that I got in Nassau, Bahamas. I got y'all one and I got me one. So I'm so excited. So I'm going to announce that winner. And we're going to talk about money and travel and where those two worlds collide. So we talked about on Mondays. Thank you, Candace. We talked about on Mondays, me doing a Money Monday video. I did not do my live yesterday evening, which is when I was supposed to do my live. Thank you so much, Amy, which is when I was supposed to do my live. So I decided I was just going to just skip the live and do my regular new schedule, which is the Money Monday video on Mondays. And I just recorded a video, and y'all, at the end of the video, I got so emotional. Like, it took me out. Like, I was really about to break down crying. And I was like, you know what? I'll post that video tomorrow. Which that video is, like, if you are super broke. Because I was a super broke girly. Mom of 4. Super broke. I was a homeschool mom. My husband was a disabled veteran. I worked an at-home part-time job. But I thought that God calling me to homeschooling also meant he was calling me to be broke. And so I was accepting the calling of brokenness because I accepted the calling of homeschooling my kids. But I still always thought travel was important. So I did all kinds of things to be able to travel with my kids. And so I did a video with 10 tips, and I really could have probably done 20 tips. So I'm thinking about doing a part 2 of things that I, as a person with no wiggle room in my budget, things that I did to be able to allow travel for my family. So I was shooting that video. At the end of the video, I got so emotional. And I was like, I need to come on here and just talk about that. And I will edit that video tonight and I'll post that recorded video tomorrow. But I just thought I should come on here and talk about it. And I think that because I got emotional, I feel like that means that there's, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like that means there's somebody that needs to hear what I had to say. Like somebody needs to hear that. So, right, Natasha, and I've been there. I have been there. And so I want to talk about that. I don't want to give away too much of the video because I want y'all to watch that video tomorrow. But I want to share, hey, Nikki, but I want to share with you all the part that really got me to being emotional, and hope that it blesses somebody, because I don't know. Like I've been there, and I always, when I talk about these videos and when I talk about, like, I'm always tempted to say anybody can cruise if they just want to. And then I always kind of stop myself from saying that, because that really is coming from a place of privilege. And I don't know everybody's financial situation. And as broke as I was, I'm sure there are people who are struggling even more so financially than I was at that time. So I try to always be careful with how I word things. And there was a comment that I was kind of addressing without addressing the comment. You know, somebody said something and you just want to nip it in the bud, but you don't really want to draw attention to that comment. So here's what it is, because I'm kind of talking in circles and I don't want to do that. But I was trying to give more people a chance to come on before I really got started. So here was the comment. Like, if you're that broke, you don't need to be worrying about traveling. And I don't know if the person thought I was that broke. And that was my first instinct, was to just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know my financial situation. I can afford to do everything I do. And then I was like, no, because you know what? There's somebody who may be on my channel, and if they see that comment, I don't want them to get discouraged, because here's the thing that I believe. If you are so broke that you are having to scrape pennies to travel, I applaud you. Like, scrape your pennies, do what you got to do, and take your trip, because travel can completely change your life. And I don't think that enjoying a break or a respite or getting a woosah or getting away and having somebody else make your bed and cook your meals, seeing new places, I don't think that that should be reserved for other people. I think that if you can figure out a way to make it happen for you, do that, because you could come back a completely different person. You could come back and now when you come back, you are a person who figures out how to get you and your family out of that situation. Right, Natasha, and you cannot trade that for anything. So I was talking about that, that's kind of what my eyes are red. I was talking about that at the end of that video, and I just got so choked up, because my first cruise, I told you all the story before. I'll tell it again briefly for those of you who weren't on when I told that story. My oldest daughter, Aaliyah, who you all have met in, what videos has she been in? I know she was in a Margaritaville series, and she did the live with me one day. She was a ballroom dancer throughout high school, and she was actually a championship ballroom dancer, and super proud of her. Florida State champion for the West Coast Swing. She danced to Kiss by Prince when she won that title. So she was in a group called the Homeschool Ballroom Bicycle Brigade. Weird combination, but when you're homeschoolers, you can do what you want to do. And there was a lady in our homeschool community who was a professional ballroom dancer, and she was also an avid bicyclist. Did I say that right? And so she combined her two loves and made this group for kids who wanted to do both, or they could just do one or the other. Aaliyah did both. This group, they bicycled across the state of Florida. They did a part of the Underground Railroad, but they also did dance competitions all over Florida. And so the lady who was over the group, she came to the group one day and she said The kids will be dancing on Carnival Glory. And so you can come or not come. It's completely up to you. But this is how much it is if you want to come. All right. And so I had 4 children and a husband, but we couldn't afford for everybody to go. So I went with the older 2. And my husband stayed home, and him and my mom kept the younger 2. But leading up to that cruise, my dad paid for a good chunk of that cruise, but the rest of it I paid for by adjusting my weekly grocery bill. That's one of my tips in the video, by the way. And I was determined to find $10 a week in my grocery budget and take that $10 a week, and I paid off the cruise. And that's when I found out that a cruise can be paid on like a layaway, which I know that's not necessarily how they describe it, but in my world, I was like, I got a cruise on layaway. But that's when I found out that I could just call my travel agent and say, okay, I have $40 to put on my cruise, I have $20 to put on my cruise, and pay the cruise off over time like that. But my goal was to find $10 in my budget. Now I did other little things to come up with money too, but the main thing I did, my dad paid a chunk, but the main thing I did was look for $10 in my budget. And that could mean that we had breakfast for dinner. That could mean, like I said in the video, to quote Dave Ramsey, beans and rice, rice and beans. But I felt like if I could find $10 a week in my budget, we would be able to go. And we were able to go. But leading up to that cruise, I had nightmares. And this was like my first 2 or 3 cruises. I had nightmares that I got to the port and they denied me entry. I got to the port and I had done something wrong when I was filling out our information, so we couldn't go. I got to the port and I didn't have enough on my credit card, so they wouldn't let me on. All kinds of nightmares about not being able to take this cruise. I had so much anxiety. Natasha, right? Right? Like, it really, your grocery budget, I can't even get into the grocery budget because I'm a big, like, as far as groceries go, I think it's one of the best things that you can do for your family, savings, because you're eating tomorrow's meals at yesterday's prices if you, like, stock up when things are on sale and things like that. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother tangent. So on the way to the port, I had so much anxiety because are they going to let me on this ship? And I couldn't tell anybody because I just felt crazy feeling this way. But what it boiled down to is that I thought cruising was for other people. I didn't think it was for me. Like, cruising is for people that have a little bit of money. I am broke. Cruising is for other people. It's not for me. And that's what I thought. So when we got onto the ship, you know how you're excited? I was relieved because I was the whole way there. It's just irrational thinking. The whole way there, I was like, if they turn me away, what am I going to tell my kids? How am I going to get back home because I rode with one of the other parents? How am I going to get back home? I'm thinking all of this in my mind. And I went through that for the first couple cruises, 2 or 3. And then it got to the point where now, like, I step on the ship, like, where's the captain? Like, I'm supposed to be here, right? But being able to have that experience kind of clued me in and let me know that cruising is for me. Like, I am one of those people. Like, cruising is not just for other people. Vacations are not just for other people. Relaxation is not just for other people. Being able to enjoy your life is not just for other people. Wealth is not just for other people. That trip completely changed my mindset because I wasn't putting myself over here like, we live in poverty, we're over here, other people are over here. It completely changed my mindset and put me in a position where when I came home, now I'm looking for ways to be able to make money, to be able to put my family in a better financial situation, to be able to travel more often, expose my girls to more. We had already been traveling, but I told y'all about our little driving 20 minutes away from our house and calling it a vacation because we did that. Exposing them to more, that was not for other people. Other people's kids were not the only ones that should have passports. Mine should too. Other people's kids should not be the only ones that have a favorite restaurant in Cozumel. Because the first time I heard Maya say, what is the name of the restaurant? Is it Hurricanes? I think it's Hurricanes. This was years ago. I heard Maya say that this restaurant was her favorite restaurant. And I'm like, my daughter, I missed a comment. Hold on. That's one thing about this is the comments are not staying up on the screen like they do vertical. Hold on. I'm going to pull up my other device. That's one thing about this is the comments are not. Okay. Right, Gabby. Right. The first time I heard Maya say like her favorite restaurant, I think it's called Hurricanes. It's in Cozumel. I was like, my daughter's favorite restaurant is in Cozumel, Mexico. Like, it's not just for other people. So I am not an advocate for being irresponsible with your money, because I've done that too and had to crawl my way out of that. But I do feel like if you can figure out a way to make it work, and your heart's desire is to travel, then you should be able to travel. And so that's what I kind of was talking about at the end of that video. I was kind of addressing that comment without calling out the commenter or the particular comment, just because I don't want to see those kind of comments on the video. And if they go on there, I'm just going to delete them, because nobody needs to see that. People who are struggling day to day, if they can figure out a way to get away from that struggle for a little while and just reset, they don't need somebody telling them that you don't deserve a break from the struggle. You need to stay in the struggle, and all of your financial decisions should be purely practical because you're struggling, and so you don't deserve this. And yeah, so that's what the video was 10 tips, 10 practical tips. If you are a broke girl on a budget and trying to figure out how to take a cruise, 10 practical tips for the person with no wiggle room in their budget. 10 things I have done to be able to travel with my family. That video will be up tomorrow. But yeah, so that's what I kind of wanted to talk to y'all about today. I just wanted to share that story with you all about how deeply ingrained, is that the word? How deep the mindset was in me that I did not deserve travel. I did not belong on a cruise ship. So deep within me that I had paid my money to be on the cruise ship, had my luggage tags attached to my bag, had my boarding pass in hand, but still had severe anxiety that I would, for some reason, be turned away and not be allowed to get on that cruise ship. And since then, I've taken dozens of cruises. But I do believe it all started just with that one break, like being able to just not have the experience of poverty for a week, and came home and everything changed. So Candace said she needs all the tips. I think these are really good tips. I think this is going to be a really good video. It wasn't the video I had planned on doing. The video I had planned on doing was the safety tips that you all gave, because I don't know if everybody's like me. I always read the comments on the videos I watch, but you all, on the video I did for 10 solo cruiser safety tips, I don't know what it was called. I asked you all to share your favorite tips in the comments, and some of your tips are things I never would have thought of. So I was going to do that. And then because I skipped yesterday, I did a money video. Anyway. Even if poverty is difficult, we take comfort in what we know. I heard somebody say something so similar to that recently. I'm trying to think of exactly what they said, because it was like, yeah, they were like, as humans, we do what's comfortable, not what's good for us. And so as long as, I think it was about being overweight, as long as being overweight is more comfortable, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to do the habits that support that because that's what's comfortable versus doing what's best for you. So that's so true, Amy. All right, so I don't know if she's on here or not. And let me make sure, because I told y'all I have multiples with this name. Hold on. I screenshotted. Hang on one second. I thought I screenshotted it. I'm not seeing it in my thing. Hold on. I know her name is Lynette777, I think, but let me get the exact name. Yes. So congratulations to Lynette J777. You are the winner of the tote bag from Nassau. I put my email address in the description of this live. So if you could just send me an email with the mailing address you want me to use to send off your tote bag, I will get that in the mail to you. Yes, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. If you're on here and you haven't thumbs up the video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that too. Yeah, so please go ahead and do that too. I so greatly appreciate it. And I hope that if you are watching this, like I said, and you have travel dreams or whatever kind of dreams, that you will, even if you have to take baby steps, even if you have to take shaky steps, that you will take steps towards making your dreams come true. Because something that I have noticed in my life is that I have never had huge successes, but I have built small successes on top of small successes on top of small successes, and that's how I got out of poverty. Match the Oh, Mickey said yes. Let the thumbs up match the number of people in the chat. We got 11 people who liked the video and 13 people in the chat. So, y'all, I am so excited about figuring out how to turn this thing. Do y'all know we have not had any troll comments? Yes. But yeah, I just hope that can encourage somebody, that even if it's a small step, even if it's like, if you want to travel, if it's like taking one night and going and staying at a budget hotel with your family, or if you want to do solo travel, if it's one night and away because you don't know if you can handle 2 or 3 one night. I just know when I look back over my life, it really has been a story of very small steps added up on top of each other, very small accomplishments on top of each other, because we were on food stamps. Like I said, my ex-husband was on a VA disability. I worked from home. I homeschooled my kids. And yeah, we were broke. Okay. I am going on. No, hold on. I think you said you're going on your first solo cruise. Hold on one second. In December, and you're so nervous. I understand the nerves. I only did my first solo cruise in September of 2024. Now, I've taken about 12 solo cruises since then, but my first, 11 since then. But I just did my first solo cruise September 2024, and I was nervous. But that one, I feel like I cheated a little bit. And that's why the video for that one is called my first solo-ish cruise, or solo cruise kinda, or something like that. Because I did have a friend who, after I had booked my cruise, ended up being on the same cruise I was on in a separate cabin. And we hung out a little bit. But that was the cruise right before my divorce, and I just needed time to, I think we had filed, but I just needed time by myself, and time to spend with God and time to think and time to like figure out what I was going to do with my life because I was so scared about everything. Oh, well, Brenda, we believe in happy marriages. So I just say if you want to do it, talk to him about it. But we believe in happy marriages. But yeah, so my first one, I had a friend on the same ship as me. My second solo cruise was on Virgin Voyages, and I was very nervous on that one. I say if you go back and ever watch that vlog, I had very little. I spent more time in my room on that cruise than because it was my first like solo. And here's the thing: there were people on that ship that I knew. No, I didn't know them. Why do I keep saying that? I watched their YouTube channels. I always go with someone in my family, but no one can go with me. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. um, that's one of the perks of solo travel. For me, it's just I said this in the video the other day. Is just being able to go. Like if I have the availability in my schedule to go, I can just go. If I see a good deal, I can just go. I just booked Margaritaville at Sea Islander the other day because I saw a really good deal. And I was just able to book it and just go, and I don't have to wait for somebody else to see if they can get PTO or whatever, or if they can organize their life to be able to go. And I work for myself, so I can usually move my own work schedule around. So if I see a good deal, I can just go. That's one of the perks of solo travel. Well, what was I saying before that? I forgot what I was saying before that. It matches, Mickey. 14 people in the chat and 14 thumbs up. Y'all love me. I appreciate that so much. Can I tell y'all, like, you all are amazing for a sister trying to start her life over and regroup. Yeah, Patty, like when you see that good deal, sometimes you just gotta take it and go. Yeah, the deal I got on Margaritaville, it's not the best deal, but considering that it's no casino offer, it's not a casino offer, and it's summertime, it was $3.95 for solo for 5 days. And I live in St. Pete. It goes out of Tampa, so I'm not paying for gas. You know, gas there and back is like $15, maybe, I don't know. So I'm not paying for gas, and I don't have to pay for parking. So it's a good deal. Hey, I always forget how to say her name. Talitha. Hey. So, and it's my first time on Islander. So I'm really excited about that. But I was just playing around because y'all, I literally just I'll just sit in the bed and check all the sites and see what's popping, check my offers, see what I have. And I saw it and I was like, $3.95? I can do that. So I'm really excited about that. That's coming up soon. And I'm also going to be back, I believe, on Paradise soon because I'm working on, I'm trying all these different styles of videos to stretch myself and kind of learn how to do this whole YouTube thing. Was 12 days in Europe. Oh my goodness. Amy, I understand. My ex, oh my gosh, I just almost said he seems to have hated travel. I kind of think he just hated traveling with me. That's so hard to say though. But he made me miserable on every cruise we took together. Even land-based vacations, he would either make the whole trip miserable or just hurt my feelings really bad. Like we went to an all-inclusive in the Dominican Republic one time, and I look up and he is gone. And he's gone all day. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing, but he just left Um, oh, see, that's good, Patty. That's good. You got the inside connection. But he just left the resort and was out wandering around, and I had no idea where he was, no idea what he was doing. So that doesn't necessarily make me miserable, but it hurts my feelings. But he always did things like that. And I'm going to Norway. Oh my goodness. Are you going solo, Brenda? I wish we had like a community board where we could I guess we don't need to know that about each other. Like when you all tell me you're traveling, I don't want to forget, and I know that I'm going to forget. Like I want to be able to ask you about your trip when you come back and know that you went on your trip. And I know that I'm going to forget, but I wish we had like a community board. like how we have our family planner with everybody's doctor's appointments and vacations. Oh, not a good tripper or not a good tipper. Yeah, I should have just left him behind. What is a troper? Um. Oh, okay. I didn't even know they had a group. I didn't even know they had a travel group. Um, but yeah, like I remember we went to Disney World one time, and he was every time we went to Disney, he was complaining about something. But we went to Disney one time, and he was like complaining and left us in the Magic Kingdom about the price of the sodas. I think the sodas were like 4.50, and I was like, the sodas are high every time we come here. They were high. The sodas are high every time. It's Disney. Like Mickey wants his coin. Every time you come here, the sodas are going to be high. Like, why are we complaining about this? Why are we getting that attitude about this? But it was every time. And then he would apologize and say, you know, I just get grouchy and blah, 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 blah. And I would try to understand. But I'm so happy I don't have to travel with him anymore. I'm so happy I do not have to travel with him anymore. So, yeah, I didn't know that they had a group trip coming up. That's what I think I'm going to do for my first like out of the country, like fly to a different location, spend time in a different country, and then come back trip. I don't know what you call that trip, that kind of trip. I think I want to do a group trip so that I'm by myself, but I'm with a group. So that I want it to be the kind of trip where I can spend time with the group or spend time by myself. I think that'll be a good way to break in the international travel. I don't know what you call that, because cruising is international too if you go to other nations. But you know what I'm saying, where you fly somewhere, you spend a week in a country, you come back. I think I want to do it as part of a group so that I am, I got somebody there with me just in case, but I don't have to be with those people in case I don't want to. Oh, thank you, Candace. Candace, you are really getting to know me. So I want to try out different video styles. Like I want to take y'all on my walks, but here's the truth about it. I cannot talk and walk at the same time. At a certain point, like I could talk if I needed to, but I can't talk like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like at a certain point in my walk, I just need to breathe and walk and breathe and walk. So I decided, well, I could still take them on my walks. I saw that they were together, but I didn't know. I just thought they were there and she coordinated to meet up with them. Just how like I was in New Orleans, she just happened to be in New Orleans. I didn't know it was a group that went together. So I just thought this morning when I was doing my walk, I was like, you know what? I could just do the walk so they could see the walk and I could just do a voiceover. So I might do that. But I want to do a documentary style video on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Wait, is this our Lynette who won? No, it's not. It's not. Hold on, y'all. I think it was Linnell J777 who won the tote bag. I think. So anyway, I want to do a documentary style video on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, where I share the history of Margaritaville as a vacation, a company that has vacation offerings, because we've stayed at their resort, we've stayed at their it's amazing. Right, Amy. Yes. We stayed at their resort, we stayed at their campground, we've stayed at, and we've taken their cruise. So I want to talk about the company and how they offer their vacation offerings, whatever you call that, the history of the ship, because it was an Italian cruise ship, and then like do a complete tour of the ship and everything that the ship has to offer, all that kind of stuff. So I want to do this video, and that means I'm going to have to go back on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, which y'all know I don't mind. And I do have that free cruise offer that I got from them the last time. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that, and so I can do the whole ship tour, get all the video, and yeah, and B-roll and all that kind of stuff, because I just think that it would be a lot of fun and I would learn a lot by doing a documentary style video. So yeah, so I'm excited about that, trying that. But that's what I was about to say. Candace, thank you for reminding me, because friend, friend, I be forgetting. So yeah, okay, let me look up the name so I can say it exactly right one more time before we get off of here. Let me find the screenshot. I think so. Candace. And you know what? I think I'm going to embrace that. Lynette J777. You are the winner. If you're on here, Lynette J777, you are the winner of the tote bag. It's like a Christian Dior dupe. I've shown it in multiple videos. I put my email address in the description box of this video. So you can go grab my email address and send me your mailing address, or wherever you want me to mail it, and I will get that shipped out to you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm excited about it. That's the other thing he used to say. I was a homeschool teacher. I also taught for a local private school. And he would say, you turn everything into a field trip. So like when we were in New Orleans and we went to the plantation, if you haven't seen that video, we visited the Whitney plantation in New Orleans. When we were in New Orleans and we visited the plantation, in the back of my head, I can hear him say, you turn everything into a field trip. So I had to check with Bianca, like, Bianca, am I, messing up your day? Would you have rather done something else? Because I don't want to turn your vacation into a field trip. But Bianca was like, Mommy, how can we come here and not come see this? But that's always in the back of my head, like him saying that to me when we're on vacations. Because if there is something, but I am a history buff. I enjoy history. If there is something major historical, or something close by that's just amazing to see, learn. Like in Tampa, there's this one little spot that is actually Cuba. And so when people come here, I want to take them to see that. He would always ridicule me like that. And it still comes up in the back of my head. It still comes up in the back of my head. I don't know how long it's going to take for it not to, but hold on one second. Hold on, y'all, because I think I missed. A comment popped up and then went away. So maybe that's another setting. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were on here, that for a person who is like in a transition of life where they're trying to figure out what they want and who they are and how to go after what they want and fall in love with themselves and switch from fighting for a relationship to fighting for themselves and all the kind of thing, everywhere I am in life right now, you all are just like amazing. Just to have you all, the comments that you all leave me, the messages that you all send me, just to have that, it has been amazing. It's been a blessing. It's been just nothing but a blessing. So I thank you all so much. I don't have anything else to talk about today. I shared my story. I hope somebody hears that story and is blessed by that story about how I went from being broke and not believing that cruising was for me and thinking that taking a cruise was for another kind of person, but not this kind of person, to holding that boarding pass in my hand and just being a cruiser, like cruising all the time. How I went from being the person who thought I couldn't do it to now I'm a person who is helping other people see that they can do it. And so I shared that story. Yesterday, what was yesterday's video about? What was yesterday's video about? Oh, cruise myths, solo cruise myths. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch that. If you haven't thumbs up the video, please do that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. Tomorrow's video, which I'm probably going to edit it tonight, so it'll probably go out kind of early tomorrow, is going to be the 10 real life practical tips if you are trying to cruise and you are dealing with a broke girl budget. There's no wiggle room in your budget for cruising, but you want to cruise. I got 10 tips that will help get you on a cruise ship. 10 tried and true tips, because I tried them and they are true, that will help get you on a cruise ship. That video will go up tomorrow. But in the meantime, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, Candace, that's a good idea. So if you're watching in the replay and you made it all the way to the end, drop some money bags in the comments. And I will see y'all on the next video. Hopefully one day at sea or somewhere else in this big, beautiful world. Bye-bye.